Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Double O Vivek and Operation Freedom Flip, and how Vivek Ramaswamy, in a single day, has completely recontextualized President Donald Trump and helped us to understand him correctly. All right, so I have made a mistake on President Donald Trump. I've been thinking of him as a normal human being and as a normal president, and he's neither. He's not a normal human being, and he is not a normal U.S. president. Right? All right, let's get there. So let me explain. All right, so the history in this week alone is astounding. January 15th, right? Vivek Ramaswamy says, "Eat, I'm out. My run for U.S. presidency is over." And the reason why, I'm paraphrasing here, I think he realized in that single moment Republicans would never, ever elect a person of color, right? And I think that's why Vivek Ramaswamy quit, in my humble opinion, right? Then, and I was like, oh no, Vivek's out. Oh boy, yeah, bye. And immediately the next day he's in the news and he demands that I speak about him again because he's a powerful man that really changes history every time he opens his mouth. It's incredible, right? So he goes to New Hampshire. Vivek Ramaswamy goes to New Hampshire and stumps for President Donald Trump. And I was like, wait, what's happening, right? And I realized why, right? Vivek's like, oh, well, I can't get elected president, but that doesn't mean I can't be president. I can absolutely be president. All I have to do is trick Donald Trump into thinking that I think he's, not a fanged monster human, and say some nice things about him, and then I can use him like a paper. I can use him, and actually, okay. So here, let me explain what's happening right now with Vivek Ramaswamy and Donald Trump. Okay, so first of all, the moment Donald Trump called Vivek Ramaswamy and said, "Stump for me," in New Hampshire, Donald Trump's life changed, and everything about him changed, right? And our understanding of him changed, right? And here's why. Okay, I'll explain why. So the other day, I went to a fast food restaurant. I went through drive-through, and they had this little advertisement. It said, "Would you like a mango lemonade?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I would like a mango lemonade." It cost me $4, and I was like, "That's a lot of money, right?" And I was like, and then I looked at this paper cup with this mango lemonade in it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I paid $4 for a mango lemonade. What a fool am I? And then I sipped it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the best lemonade I've ever had, right? And I drank that lemonade down before I got home. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what a delight in the middle of my day. I had this delicious mango lemonade, and it was really good, and I'm refreshed, and I had this delightful experience, and everything was good. And then I got out of my car and I threw that paper cup in the trash. The paper cup is Donald Trump. The lemonade is Vivek Ramaswamy. We're going to get a good president. We just have to use Donald Trump as a paper cup. He is the delivery system. President Donald Trump is not an evil human who's going to be an evil president. He's a paper cup that will give us the best president America has ever had. There you go, right? And so basically, we need to start thinking about President Donald Trump as a delivery system for our real president, Vivek Ramaswamy. And boy, does President Trump serve perfectly as a paper cup, right? And the reason why is I kept thinking, he's this evil man, and if he becomes president, he'll be an evil president. But the reality is, Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be the real president, and Donald Trump will never be president for more than 10 to 100, maybe 10 to 200 days. No, actually, I would say 20 to 200 days. We're going to have 20 to 200 days of President Donald Trump. And then President Donald Trump's going to stop being president. Why do I believe that? There's three yeet scenarios for President Donald Trump where he's just yeeted out of the presidency. Here you go. Yeet scenario 1, okay? Father Time. Father Time's like, oh, hey, I see you signing up to be hospice president, right? I see you're 80, you're our second 80-year-old president. But unlike Biden, you're under incredible strain. You're under indictment, or you're under attempts to arrest you or indict you or impeach you because of your governmental actions and your civil actions. And this strain on your heart and mind is an invitation to me, Father Time, to take you to the pine box. Let's go. Let's take the walk. We're going to take the same walk I took with Dianne Feinstein. We're going to take the same walk I took with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We're going to take the same walk that I initiated but didn't finish with Bernie Sanders for even attempting to be a hospice president. For even attempting. I gave him a heart attack. I didn't take him all the way. Our walk was interrupted. Right? So Father Time can take him and end his presidency immediately within 20 to 200 days. And I think it will. Like, this is the hardest job in the world. He'll be our second hospice president, right? President leading from hospice. President Biden's the first one, in my humble opinion. And any 80-year-old president is going to be a hospice president. I'm convinced of that, right? All right. So hospice president gets taken by Father Time. That's Yeet scenario 1 for President Donald Trump. Yeet scenario number 2, Father Crime, right? President Donald Trump is a super evil man who does evil every single day, and Father Crime is there, and he's like, hey, can I arrest you for this? Can I arrest you for the things you did for your governmental actions, or can I arrest you for your civil actions, right? And so, Father Crime, right? President Donald Trump gets in, immediately goes to prison. Vivek Ramaswamy is president. Father Time takes President Donald Trump, immediately get Vivek Ramaswamy as president. There's one more. I have a brilliant friend who actually knows more about politics than I do, or thinks about it more clearly, right? More objectively, right? Because I'm affected by my emotions when I think about politics. I am deeply affected by my desires. I have this desire for a good man to be an American president. I haven't given up on that like most Americans have. I do believe most Americans don't even believe that a good man could be president or a good woman could be president anymore. Most Americans don't even believe that, right? And actually, most Americans don't even believe that a woman could be president because it's never happened. There's been 246 years of no woman president, right? That shouldn't be, but that is, right? So let's talk about the last path to President Vivek Ramaswamy being delivered through the paper cup that is Donald Trump, right? So let's talk through that. Okay. The last one is President Donald Trump using his election as U.S. president as a magic wand, right? He has so many problems for his governmental actions and his civil actions that people want to put him in prison for both what he did as a government employee and as a civil human being and as a civil citizen, right? That he's under intense, there's a pursuit to put him in prison, right? He could get elected and then literally 20 days after he's elected say, hey, everybody, I didn't really, they'll put it in a nice speech. It won't sound like this, but this is what he'll say. Lols, I didn't want to be president. I just needed to get pardoned for every single thing I did, and I needed to sweep every problem I had off the rug. And guess what? This guy Vivek Ramaswamy's been saying since day one he'll pardon me for everything. So I've enjoyed these 20 days. Here's your real president, Vivek Ramaswamy. So there's 3 paths to Vivek Ramaswamy as president, and that is Father Time, Father Crime, and Magic Wand, right? Donald Trump actually is like, nah, I didn't really want to be president. I just really needed to get pardoned for everything, right? And me getting elected sweeps every single governmental and civil trial away effortlessly, which is true, right? So Father Time, Father Crime, Magic Wand, 3 paths to President Donald Trump is really just a paper cup. The mango lemonade is what matters, and that's Vivek Ramaswamy. President Donald Trump, the correct understanding of President Donald Trump is a paper cup that is going to deliver us the best actual real president we've ever had, right? And this is the part to really understand and really focus on. If President Donald Trump is elected as president, he will not be president for more than 20 to 200 days, right? There's literally 3 different paths that will take him out of the presidency, right? And deliver us the best president we've ever had, Vivek Ramaswamy. President Trump is simply a paper cup. He contains a tasty drink that we all want at this point, which is Vivek Ramaswamy as president, right? So President Trump turns from being a huge problem to being a massive opportunity. That is the recontextualization of Donald Trump, in my humble opinion, by Vivek Ramaswamy stumping for him in New Hampshire. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.